What's up, boss? I'm Vince Del Monte of VinceDelMonteFitness.com, and welcome to my home gym. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to build your biceps without any equipment. All right, 3 cool things I'm going to share with you guys, and we're going to just get right into it because the stuff I'm teaching you is so powerful. It doesn't require a ton of blab. You need to feel it, and when you feel it, you'll quickly realize the difference between what you're doing and what you have the potential to do to get better results, the smarter way. All right, so to get bigger biceps, the first thing you want to understand is that there's a proper way to do a curl. There's a proper way to contract the muscle so that it's maximally shortened. You have to understand that your biceps have the hardest ability to contract in their shortened position, which basically means when the biceps shorten at the elbow and at the shoulder, which means way back here. So the first thing I want you to practice is I want you to contract your bicep standing in the spot right now, and I want you to start contracting for 20 seconds. Here, I'll do it with you. And I want you to start squeezing as hard as you can. And I want you to start recognizing that force is created internally. I want you to take that up to about a 5 out of 10 effort. All right, you can see my biceps, the veins are starting to come out. Now, for the last 10 seconds, I want you to take it to a 7 or an 8 out of 10 and squeeze harder. And now I want you to start to bring your shoulders up and back, and I want you to squeeze even harder, 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 squeeze harder. 10 out of 10 now, contract hard. And I want you to feel them cramp. Did you feel them cramp? It's hard, isn't it? It's hard. Why is your bicep fatiguing without any weight? Remember, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. I'm not going to get into the science here, but there's contraction substrates within the muscle that are being used, things that help contract, ATP, calcium, a lot of cool stuff. And you're depleting those things simply by squeezing really, really hard. So now what I want you to do is you just recognized you got a huge, huge pump by contracting really hard, right? And you didn't use any weights. So what I want you to now do is we're going to go over here and we're going to do a neutral grip chin up. A lot of people say, you know, the chin up is the best thing for your biceps because you're using all your body weight. Yeah, that's why people feel it, because you're using all your body weight. But what I want you to do is something far more effective. I want you to take that same tension you created in your biceps, and now I want you to apply it to a chin up. I want you to replicate that same amount of cramping, and I want you to try and pull through using your biceps and not your back, nothing else. Okay? Check this out. The first thing you're going to notice is you're hardly moving. You're moving very, very slow because you've just recognized 10 out of 10 contraction on your bicep without weight. Let's try now replicate that with our weight. And we'll even see if a chin up is even a good idea now. Watch this. So the first things we have to understand to get into the proper position on a chin up is we need external rotation of the shoulder. So we need to be able to line this up so the biceps are actually facing the ceiling. You don't want to have your elbows facing this way or else you're going to trash them. So we want to get into external rotation at the shoulder, and then we just attach ourselves to that bar, and we're just going to work through this range that we can emphasize biceps. We don't want the tension to come off them because this is, you know, we're teaching you how to destroy your biceps. So here we go. So here I want you to contract as hard as you can, and I want you to keep it on, keep it on, keep it on, keep it on. Don't lose it, don't lose it. Squeeze harder, harder, harder. Bring your forearm to your bicep, and on the way down, I don't want you to lose it. Keep it on, keep it on, keep it on. Don't lose it, keep it on. Go into extension, but don't let your elbows pop out and then come back up. Squeeze hard, squeeze hard, squeeze hard. Biceps, biceps, nothing else. Keep it on, keep it on. Keep your forearms straight, keep it on. Whew. It's freaking hard. I don't know if you're doing that with me, but I did 2 reps. I might have been able to squeeze a 3rd or 4th out. I did 2 reps. Is the chin up a good exercise for my biceps if I can only do maybe 1 or 2 reps? No, it might be actually too challenging because we're now actually using the thing we want to build. So now, if chin ups are too hard for you, we can do eccentrics. All right, so I got 2 more things to show you which are even cooler than what I'm showing you now. But let me show you the eccentric. So this is for people that are like, holy crap, Vince, this is what will happen to some of you. You'll be here and you'll be like, I'm not moving. It's because you've never used your biceps on this exercise properly. You've never understood the concept that force is created internally. So if it's too hard, you do what's called an eccentric. You get a bench, you jump up here, keep your elbows facing this way, biceps facing upwards, contract as hard as you can, and then let it off 1 inch at a time. And don't come down to here, because now there's no more tension on the bicep. You don't want to go in a full range of motion if your goal is to challenge the biceps. You want to keep your shoulders in external rotation. It's 10 times harder here. And then come back up. If you can. If you can't, you just jump back up, and that's how you do the eccentrics. Let me show you something else which is really cool. If those two are a little too hard, no problem. This is a modification. We're going to do a suspended row. So we're going to come down to the ground, and I'm going to give you something else. When you're doing this, we're not just thinking about contracting. That's great. You're way ahead of the pack if you're doing that. What I want you to think about doing is closing the gap between your forearm and your bicep. So you're closing this, pretend there's an imaginary line here, and you're squeezing the life out of it. And all you're thinking about is closing this gap. Forearm to bicep, forearm to bicep. Most people are so trained about thinking about the dumbbell in their hand, they get into this just mindless swinging thing, and they just kind of catch, a 10% contraction at the top, when really it's about closing the gap, all right? Guys, this is game-changing stuff. I'm teaching you guys how to make gains with baby weights here, all right? So right here, this is a great one to practice. We're thinking about closing this line, all right? And by doing that, our elbows are going forward. And they're not actually going forward. I'm thinking about my elbows, applying intent forwards, and I'm bringing my biceps right up against my forearms. And here, I'm squeezing. I'm involved in the movement. Isn't that fascinating? I'm involved in the movement. And I don't just drop down. I let it off my biceps. The tension is still there. They're swelling up. They're in a lot of discomfort. I'm not just dropping. I'm involved. And now I'm contracting hard, 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 short, 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 and try and go even shorter, 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 shorter. Oh my God. Play with that. Play with that. And start telling me how that feels. You're like, wow, that's insane. Your biceps are getting pumped up. We haven't touched the weight yet. All right, I'm going to show you one more thing. All right. I just pulled this guy out of the box. We got the TRX here. It's actually pretty badass. I got to use this more. So I'm going to wrap this up. Your gym might not have this. Might look for a suspension trainer. And there's nothing special about curls with the TRX or with any suspension apparatus. It's how you do it. You've got to get involved in what you're doing. All right? So what we're looking for is, again, external rotation of the shoulder. We want to get the, look at what this is how I do it. I bring my elbows close, and now I'm working through straight lines. I'm not trashing up my elbows. All right, so from here, I want to find a position where my biceps are going to be challenged, and I don't start pulling, I start contracting my biceps. And you'll know you're doing it properly if you're going slow. Slow, slow, slow. And we're going to practice crushing that imaginary line. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And when I'm here, I now start to let it off. 1 pound at a time. 1 pound at a time. Don't just drop. The guys who do this, the equivalent, their 1 rep is the equivalent of most guys like 4 to 5 reps, because they're getting so much out of each rep. Squeeze hard. Squeeze harder. Squeeze harder. Shorten it up, shorten it up. And then don't let it off here. Keep it on. Keep it on. Squeeze again, and you're gonna do that until you can't do anymore. Guys ask me, Vince, how many reps? It doesn't matter. Your body doesn't know if you're doing 25 reps or 3 reps. It understands tension. That's why some of these videos I don't post the rep count. It also depends on your fiber type, which is a whole nother conversation we'll have down the road. But it doesn't matter how many reps you do if they all suck. How many sets? It doesn't matter how many sets If they're all junk sets, it's gotta be about quality, guys. And what I just showed you was 3 ways to destroy your biceps smarter. Do we touch a single weight? Look at my arms. My arms are pumped up for doing a demo, some demo stuff for the camera. This isn't even like a real workout. If I was like gonna add some volume and add some extra reps and stuff, make it a serious workout. But again, this channel is about training smarter, not just harder. And I hope that was a really great demonstration of how important it is to do things smarter and not harder. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. We're trying to hit 1,000 likes with each video. We've got little, mini goals, and that's one of them. So if you can hit the like button below, that would really help me out. Next thing for you, serious guy who sat all the way through, you likely want to get more out of not just your arms, but your life. But before you do that, I want to give you something to help you do that. I want to give you week 1 of my Vanity Specialization program for biceps and triceps. It's a 6-week program. I want to give you week 1 for free to help you get bigger arms. This is one of the most badass programs I've ever created. You're going to love it. It's free. All you got to do is click that button in the annotation. It'll take you to a page, put your first name in, your best email, and then just confirm you want me to send it to you, and I'll do that. If you're watching this video somewhere else on your mobile, scroll down, go to the first link in the description box, and you follow just the exact same steps. First name, email address, and then hit confirm, and I'll send it to you as well. It'll be in your inbox before you know it, and that's just a little gift from me to you because I reward action takers and people who are serious. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much. Be sure to let me know what you want to see in my next video. Comments below. I read them all. Our team takes them in. We're organizing your feedback around the curriculum that we teach on this channel. You are why we do this. So we listen to you. So take advantage. Take advantage of me wanting to help you. And as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel if this is your first time dropping in. I'd really love to have you as a regular. We'll see you next time.